Hey.
Welcome. You're listening to Pause Please, where we're talking all things midlife, menopause, and the mundane. And if you'd like to drop us a message on Instagram, we're at Pause Please, and that's PAUSEPLEAS and the number three, like the three of us. However, Dana, it's the two of us today.
Hi, Sheila. Look at you in a hoodie. I never see you in a hoodie.
Man, I was feeling a little chilly this morning, but we'll see what happens in 2 minutes.
Yeah, I hear you. How you feeling?
Better, medium. If it's not the congestion, it's this cough that's my nemesis.
Oh, we are missing our Rachel today. She is off gallivanting, celebrating lots of milestones. Her and her husband are taking some days off. I am green with envy and very jealous about all the fun things that they're doing. But we thought we would continue this conversation, follow up on our declutter discussions, see what two of us have been able to do, and we will check in with Rachel next week when she's back.
That's right.
Okay, Sheila, so tell us, what was your goal and did you meet it? And what kind of fun things did you run into?
Oh, oh boy. Okay. So I partly did my homework. My goal was to tackle our bedroom and all the things. And I didn't necessarily have a plan. I just thought, you know what? I'm gonna go after our bedroom and the clutter that's in front of me.
So you were thinking you walk into your room and it's too much, so you wanted to do something to make it feel good when you walked in?
I did. I had envisioned that I was going to start with our bedroom. I had mentioned that it's our catch-all space. And
Hmm.
so whenever our living area and kitchen is out of control, we end up dumping. And our room is just that. It's a big dump right now. And so I thought, well, I'm going to take this on. It's a big deal to me. It's going to be a big challenge, and I'm just going to go for it. Since our last discussion, that didn't
Uh,
really happen. I was very
okay.
motivated, but it just wasn't realistic because there were too many things. I didn't have a list of goals or tasks to complete for the bedroom. And instead, I opted to maintain our kitchen and living area.
Oh, okay. Well, not a
Yeah,
total
so,
loss.
right, not a total loss. And in fact, that's really where our problem begins. Our challenge begins is in those two areas.
We'll call it a redirection.
Yes, thank you. I like that.
You're
A
welcome.
redirect. Yeah, for
Mhm.
sure. One of the things that we had talked about the other week was this notion of resetting. So before the end of the night, take a look at your space and do what you can to reset so that you're ready to tackle on the new day. And so I've had that mindset. What that means for me is in the kitchen, make certain that our dishwasher is filled so that we could run it overnight and to have a clean countertop and empty sink. I've been following that, which is really nice because when I wake up in the morning and I'm getting ready to leave for work, my mind isn't so crazed looking at the countertop. It's
Mhm.
actually nice to see that there's nothing in the sink that I have to worry about.
Well, I would agree with you on that and validate you in all the things. I actually tried to do the same thing in my kitchen. And what we tend to do is some people in my house are night owls. One person is not. She is not a night owl. And what happens in our house is there's a second or third dinner happening while I am in bed. And apparently, it's so late in the evening that people's hands are broken and their dishes and trash can't make it from wherever they ate that meal to the sink or the dishwasher. So
Sure.
I'm guilty as well. Sometimes I'll just say, oh, I had too busy of a day. I don't want to finish cleaning up the kitchen. Going off of our conversation last week, that has been huge for me. I don't think it's been 100% successful, but on the days when there is nothing in the sink and the counter is clear, when I leave for work, it does make me feel a lot better. Or more of when I come home and there's not so much left over from the day or the morning or the night before. I feel a lot better about that.
Oh, I'm glad. If I remember correctly, you were going to work on your desktop.
Yes. So I think I was fairly successful. I just get in these moods. So talking about a reset, I like the mentality of that. The first of the year, I feel like most people in general feel that way. But I mean, I'll get in a mood February, July, October, it does not matter to me. So I've kind of been in this purging mood for a while. Since I had to go back to work this week, I wanted to clear off my desktop. And I did do that. I was successful. I have a giant box full of paperwork to shred. So that's good. I have not made it to the shredder. So I still have a pile sitting next to me. But it's no longer a catch-all. It's a nice space. I can work. I found my keyboard, found my notepad.
All
Uh,
right.
that was pretty good. I did a little more dabbling in my bathroom. Turns out I have about 8,000 hair ties. I use one because
No
I
kidding.
I don't I don't have like pigtails in my hair all the time. So I felt like maybe I don't need that many hair ties. I just thought it was really funny. I don't know why I have so many hair ties, but I do. Not anymore, but I did. So that was kind of my silly thing I did. But I still feel, I don't know if you feel this way, there's definitely more work to do. And I don't mind if it's just me. I don't think I'm going to tackle spaces that are community spaces or things that are community things. Like, I don't know, even know what it would be. Just more things that I have control over. If I can get rid of two of this or clean this drawer out or do this closet. I do need to go through my clothes, but that feels a little overwhelming. So I'm not going to do that yet. Want to have
That
some
is
wins first.
a lot overwhelming. So you got to give yourself some grace.
Yeah. And then one thing I noticed is a lot of pillows in my house. Pillows on beds, pillows on couches, pillows on chairs. I don't think I need that many pillows. I'm going to do a pillow collection this weekend. And I think some may vacate our home.
Okay. That sounds like a big project. So you're
Hmm.
trying to do a lot of things in your entire house, not just
Hmm.
one space.
Hmm.
And have you set priorities for each of these spaces, or you're just doing things
No,
as you feel it necessary?
I'm sort of like a Tasmanian devil. I just start going. It's a little bit of a family joke. My mom does something similar, and so we tease her. My mom would go around the house and make all these piles. She'd be in the kitchen and make a pile of something, whether it was collecting all the paperwork or the next room, it's like, oh, I'm going to go through my clothes. And she'd go through that. So we tease her. She did that with yard work and stuff. It's just kind of a family, I think, genetic traits. For me, when I get going, sometimes I find myself doing the same thing. I'll be all in. So, for example, maybe I'm digging through my closet and I'm cleaning out my closet and I'll take a break and I'll go into the kitchen because I'm hungry. And then the next thing you know, I'm organizing the kitchen drawer or paperwork, mail on the counter or something like that. So I can be successful in those little moments, but there are definitely areas or places where I do feel a little overwhelmed, like my closet. Or another place for me is my laundry room. That's kind of a catch-all place full of junk. So things like that, I think when I'm ready, it will just be that space. Just go through it, do that space, do that project, whether it's clothes or drawers or something like that. It's kind of where my head is at in the hopes that maybe other people in my home will feel inspired to do the same thing.
Yes. So that's actually another question that I have for you is, have you talked with your family about what you've got in mind for the house and how you'd like to clear up
Uh,
the space?
I shared the kitchen. Shared my feelings and suggestions about the kitchen. And I'm just going to leave that there for a little bit and see if that absorbs and how that goes. We are very lucky. We have a nice space to live in together. My son has his own room. We have our own room. And then we have a nice living space. So that is a little sensitive because we all like to live differently. But I would not like to get to the point where I feel so stressed out and then I use loud words to express how I feel.
I love that.
Intense, loud words. So just picking things up. And I think that I keep a clean home. If you want to drop something on my floor and eat it, you can. I don't think you'll get a disease, but it probably hasn't been mopped in a couple weeks. So do what feels good to you. I want people to know that when they come to my home, they are welcome, but we also live here. So,
Yes, for
yes, you
sure.
might find pillows on the floor and you might find some dishes in the sink. So, it kind of goes against what we're talking about, but I think if we can create healthy routines for ourselves and within our homes, it may not be magazine worthy photos, but that's okay with me as long as it's within kind of like you said, what feels good to me and what works with our home and the people in it. And we are respectful of each other. Maybe you can talk about this, Sheila, but I know right now you and I both have our adultish children at home with us.
Hmm.
And I found when my son first came back home for a little bit that there are a lot of reasons behind it, a lot of feelings and emotions. And it was just sort of like, let's work through these things. But our children are 19, 20, and older, but I'm treating him kind of like he's 14. You know,
Hmm.
can I help you with
Hmm.
the laundry? Can I make you food? Can you do this? And I'm doing all the cleaning up. And I've caught myself over the last couple weeks saying, this is what I'm doing. It would be great if you could help me with this. I know you can put your dish in the sink. You're an adult. Make sure you stay on top of your laundry. These are the expectations. These are my expectations. You need to keep your area clean, clean your bathroom, do all these things. And because we're kind of falling into a rut, is what I'm saying, where what I've always done as a mom is I've always done all the things. But I found myself catching myself a little bit and remembering, wait, he's not my kid anymore. He's my adult child, which is different. He is highly capable of doing his chores and keeping a clean space and following the rules. So there's also, I've noticed a little shift as I'm going through stuff and decluttering. I'm also sort of reevaluating my expectations of him while he's home. Do you have similar experience or suggestions on how you guys navigate that in your house?
We share those battles. I too want to help. So if
Yeah,
I see that there's some laundry,
right.
I I offer a strong suggestion to finish
Right.
what's been
Right.
started. Uh, but as a mom, I want to be ever so helpful. And I also don't
Right.
want to see that chaos because to me, when I see that there's something that I can help with, I really do sincerely want to help. And I also don't want to see it anymore just lying there for the last 3 days. So
Yes.
I'll often do it. And I
Yeah.
have to remind myself that our adult children can also finish these tasks on their own and are very much capable of doing so.
Agreed.
And I have to walk away from that chore.
I'm not so good at that. Thank
I
you. Thank you for
it's
speaking that out loud. That's a good
it is
one.
a work in progress. This is one of those things that I need to remind myself on. But that said, there's also this notion that as you and I and Rachel
Mhm.
go through the house and find a rhythm to maintaining our space, that other people in the house are going to see that and mimic
Mhm.
and also want to create a place of peace and a place that we can all unwind and feel very safe in.
Mhm.
So I can't force my family to do it as much as I want to. I want to wring
Right.
everybody's necks and drag them by their wrists and say, "Hey, this is what's going to happen." But that ain't going to
Line them
happen.
up, give them all a chore and tell them to do
Yes,
it.
no kidding. And put a gold star
That-
on the
oh my
chart and
gosh.
say, "Hey, good
Yes.
job, everybody. You did so wonderfully." But I can't do it. More insanity for me. So
Yeah.
I'm going to do what I feel comfortable doing. And
Yeah.
in setting the pace for the house, I think they're going to see that and they're going to feel that same energy. And in fact, there's this woman that I used to follow. She's called the Fly Lady. That's one of the things that she had mentioned is that as much as you want to rein in the rest of your household, the rest of your family to do the same thing that you're doing, it's not going to happen. If you continue on your journey and make those changes in your house, people are going to see that
Hmm.
and they're going to, in time, want to do the same.
I think you're doing a great job.
Ah, shucks, girl. I think you are too. Ditto.
Two things. First, on the bedroom thing, I feel you. I have always wanted our room to be different from the rest of the house. Like we went a very long time without ever having a TV in our bedroom. It was just our room, the safe place. We're doing some prior to Christmas, we decided to do some reorganizing in our attic. For those of you who don't know or forgot, we live in the middle of Texas and it is hotter than Hades here. 95% of the time. And that was different from the West Coast where we could throw all of our extra stuff up on our attic and it never got too hot. Certain things are melting up there. And anyway, so we're
Mm,
doing a little attic project, which we thought would be great. We'll pull out all the Christmas stuff, which is a whole nother declutter conversation maybe we can have next year. But now we haven't put anything back yet. And like some of it's in our bedroom and some of it's in the guest bedroom. That kind of clutter really like gets to me. I can handle it probably for like 2 or 3 weeks, but after that, I just, every time I walk by the guest bedroom, there's 12 boxes of Christmas decorations, and it's so stressful to me. And there's a couple things that I threw in our bedroom because we had guests over Thanksgiving, and now they have just created a home, like they're nesting in our bedroom right now. I would
hmm
really like them to be out of there. In that situation, we have a goal and a plan, and I know they're going to be gone, but kind of including the whole family in it. What I've noticed in our house that works well is I'll say things like, I'm going to go to the Goodwill this weekend and I'm going to be going through the kitchen. So if you want to help me, you can help. If there's anything you don't want, just chuck it. Here's the box, here's the bag.
hmm
Um, Most of the time I get a blank stare, but every once in a while, people will participate. A big one is usually socks. My son's like, yeah, I'll go through all my socks, mom. Apparently, the kid has a lot of socks. But little things like that, that leaves it open ended. Hey, have you thought about, is there something you need to clean up in your life? Or sometimes we just need a nudge, right? I feel like for
Yes.
you and Rachel and I, we talked about it a lot. And sometimes making a change or a shift or decluttering or whatever you want to call it in any aspect of our life, we just need you have to start. And sometimes it's just really hard to start. It's really hard to make that first move because it seems overwhelming or you're not good at it, whatever the reason. So I think that the three of us are our accountability partners for sure.
hmm
And while we're each doing it for different reasons and different purposes, and we have different ideas of what decluttering means, I like that we're doing it together. And so I hope that there are other people out there that feel the same way.
I really do love this, and I hope that we continue to check in with each other, not
Yeah.
just in the new year, but throughout, because it's helpful for me. And as much as I bug you guys with all of these Instagram posts and Facebook feeds, man, it's super helpful.
There is truth to speaking positivity and putting good input in and you get good input out. And I think in the age of social media, it really does matter what you're putting in. So if you find something valuable that's helpful, then please share it with us because the three of us we know we're on the same page and going in the same direction. So if it inspired you, it's probably going to do something for us. Know that this is not an Instagram post. This is not perfect. My counter currently has crumbs all over it because I was starving and ate a muffin before we talked about this. There's little crumbs everywhere. What I'm trying to say is be mindful when you're looking at things. Nobody's house is that perfect. It's not. It's just not. It's been cleaned up for a picture, or everything's been, stuffed under a bed when you host a party. That's what I do. Totally guilty. It's fine.
hmm
But that's
hmm
not every day.
You just want a space where, like, if people come over, they can. They're gonna
Hmm.
feel good about, and you're gonna feel good about welcoming them into your home. Whereas there have been many, many moments when people have come to our house, and even if I knew that they were coming, and I'm trying to clean up our countertop, I'm trying to take stuff off of the sofa and apologize over it. And I don't want to do that because it's stressful.
Hmm.
Like when you and Kelly had come over unannounced over the
Oh
holidays,
yeah. Uh-huh.
I would have loved for you to come in to feel welcome and me
Yeah.
not having to worry over dog hair
Right.
or like dirty laundry on the floor. And I know that we're like good friends and you don't care about my underwear and socks being on the floor, but I want to feel good
I
about the
care.
space.
I know.
I don't want to
I
have to pick it up off the sofa and be like, hey, yeah, have a seat. Let
I
me just move my
so I
underwear.
mean, because we've all been in somebody's space where we're like, ooh, this is a little much for us. This is a little too disorganized. This is not clean to my standards. It's life, and we don't all live the same, and we don't all have the same priorities. But do know, I think that probably more people than you realize have that internal struggle. I don't care. doesn't matter to me. But I get it. Sometimes I don't answer my door. So I would have been like, oh, sorry, I don't even answer my door, even if my house is
Yeah.
clean. Uh, I can't even get to the answering the door part. It doesn't have anything to do with what my house is like.
Yeah, that's fair
Um,
too.
my mom always kept a very clean house and she still does, but it's still welcoming and stuff. But it always
Hmm.
seemed like a lot of work. And so I give my house a fairly good clean once a week. And if you come any day after that, good luck.
Hmm. Well, your house is welcoming. You
Oh,
keep a
thank
clean
you.
house, and it's a space that people want to gather in.
I hope so. And same to you. Don't be too hard
Thanks.
on yourself.
Oh, thanks, girl.
Whatever that shift or change or declutter, whatever it looks like for you, just remember to still, you still want to be comfortable in your home. It's okay to sit on the couch. If you eat in your family room, just do it. Just clean up afterwards. All I want is the dishes to get into the dishwasher. I don't care where you eat. Just clean
Yes,
up, right?
yes,
Um,
exactly. Well said. We have to set these realistic expectations for our own family, for
right.
ourselves.
And
What works
ourselves.
for, yes, what works for us is not going to work for anybody else. We can
Right.
certainly have all of these goals and have some sort of a standard, but it's what's going to work for our own space.
I don't feel done at all. I definitely like I'm looking at my desk right now and I feel like there are a few things that have multiplied in the last 3 days since I've been here.
Hmm.
Not sure how that happened. But, I'm trying to tell myself I'll clean it up at the end of the day. And I actually have a job and position where I am in an office a couple days a week and at home a couple days a week. And I'm not very good, shockingly, at picking up my desk at my office as well. And that is something that at the end of the week, like on a Friday, I'm trying to, or whatever my last day is in the office, like kind of reset that space as well, clean it up a little bit. Maybe I wipe it down, but just kind of clean up the surfaces. So if I'm not there, somebody else walks in, they don't think it looks like the Tasmanian devil lives there. But it does feel good. In fact, I made my bed this morning and I walked out and walked back in. And I was like, it really does make me feel good when I walk into a bedroom and the bed is white. It does. It didn't get made yesterday and it just didn't feel as good as it felt today. When I walked around the corner, I was like, oh, look at that bed. It looks so nice. So I do think there is some truth that we can give a little bit of power of having something organized or clean into whatever works for us as individuals. I mean, my clean might be different than yours again, but I feel like that works really well. Like to come into my desk when I come through the door at work and I see everything that I didn't get done yesterday, I'm like, oh, that's right. And just it's an instant shift. And I feel like if it is organized or I have, laid things out in a more structured manner before I leave at the end of the day and come back the next day, maybe it won't bring me so much anxiety and negativity. Stay tuned.
Hmm.
I'll let you know how that works.
That's just it. I love that we're going to stay tuned because I like this accountability, and I'm one of those people who needs to discuss and
Yeah.
to hear how it's working or how it's not working for other people in my life. And you make a good point in that nothing is perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect because life happens. But
Hmm.
what's important, at least for me, is that we actually acknowledge and start. Every day, I may look at this pile of stuff and think, okay, yes, I see it. But that's just it. I'm acknowledging that that pile of stuff is there, and I'm going to make an effort to actually begin a process and to do it. And so that's what I appreciate about this conversation that the three of us are having. And I hope that people find value out of it. It's not going to be a perfect space, it's not going to be a perfect time, but just do it.
Exactly. Well, good luck. We have another week to accomplish big things in our bedrooms and beyond.
Yes, and we can do it. I believe
Yeah.
in us, and I believe in all of you out there.
Absolutely. If you have any suggestions or ideas or comments, please feel free, as Sheila said, to go to our Instagram account and leave us a message. We'd love to hear from you.
And in the meantime,
Positive